People love a good missing person case. It's got everything: drama, mystery, the vicarious thrill of pretending that we're all FBI consultants because we once binge-watched Mindhunter. And let's be honest, we all want an excuse to ignore our real problems by hyperfixating on someone else's tragic disappearance. But every so often, a story comes along that says, "You think you've seen strange? Buckle up." Welcome to the Peter Bergmann case, where a man didn't just go missing, he erased himself with such meticulous precision it made Google Maps feel insecure. So, June 2009, Sligo, Ireland. A man checks into a hotel under the name Peter Bergmann. Not his real name, obviously, just a placeholder for "don't worry about it." He pays in cash, carries a bag that looks like it's been through 5 Cold Wars, and gives a fake Austrian address that sounds like someone mashed a keyboard mid-cough. Hotel staff described him as polite, reserved, and German-accented, which is code for mysterious but not in the sexy Netflix way, more in the "are we sure he's not a retired spy" kind of way. He had no ID, no passport, and no recorded entry into Ireland, which I'll admit is impressive. Most of us can't even sneak snacks into a movie theater without getting caught. Now, over the next 3 days, he left the hotel every morning with a purple plastic bag full of things, and came back every time with it empty. Authorities never found out what was in the bags because he only disposed of them in CCTV blind spots, which raises a very important question. How did he know where the blind spots were? And more importantly, why does a random beach town hotel guest move like he's on a timed espionage speed run? Well, he also bought 8 international stamps because what's a mysterious self-erasure without a few goodbye notes that nobody can trace? Then he asked a taxi driver to take him to a quiet beach. Not suspicious at all. Well, the driver suggests Ross's Point, which is basically the kind of beach you recommend when someone says, "Where's the scenic place I can contemplate the void without being disturbed?" Peter nods. Approved. Well, on June 15th, he checks out of the hotel, new bags, no ID, still pretending that rules don't apply to him. He has a coffee, eats a sandwich, scribbles something on paper like a man who's about to deliver a manifesto, then tears it up and throws it away because closure is for the weak. Well, later that night, he returns to Ross's Point Beach, fully clothed, shoes in hand, staring at the horizon like a man waiting for the earth to blink first. And then, he's dead. Found the next morning in his underwear and t-shirt, clothes folded neatly nearby, like he was trying to be considerate in his final act. "Here you go, death. I won't even make a mess." Autopsy time. Well, it turns out that he had prostate cancer, bone tumors, heart disease, and not a single trace of medication in his system. That's right. He was in physical agony and chose to raw dog mortality because apparently suffering wasn't just a side effect, it was part of the aesthetic. No signs of drowning, no signs of struggle, just a heart that gave up before he even touched the water. And honestly, same. Authorities investigated for 5 months. Nothing. Not a single match in databases. No missing persons. No dental records. DNA? Please. He might as well have been a ghost with a tan. They published appeals in Austrian and German papers, essentially shouting into the void, "Hey, does anyone recognize this man who doesn't want to be recognized?" Shocker, no one did. 16 years later, Peter Bergmann, or whatever his real name was, remains the patron saint of vanishing. A man who ghosted life so hard, even death was like, wow, respect. And here's the twist of the knife. we'll probably never know who he was. No digital footprint, no family, no legacy, just a series of deliberate choices made by someone who knew how to slip between the cracks of a hyper-connected world and disappear without leaving a whisper behind. So next time you forget your wallet or accidentally like your ex's vacation photo from 2017, just remember, Peter Bergmann didn't make mistakes. He made plans.